happy to be here. My name is Diana. I'm the owner of The Wellness Hub. I'm a health coach. I'm a herbalist, a mindset mentor. I am a plant-based advocate myself, and I do work with people on transitioning into a plant-based lifestyle. And I do facilitate women's circles. This is in a few words about me. I'm just so happy to be today at the retreat, so happy to have the chance to talk to you about the introduction to holistic well-being. It's a very popular topic at the moment as we are more and more into discovering what it means to be holistic, what it means to live a holistic life.
Whereas nowadays, most of the people, they think that to be healthy is the absence of illness. Yes, it's very good not to have a specific condition, not to have problems with our health, but that doesn't mean we are healthy, right? Especially when we are not connected to our bodies. So, long time ago, let me tell you a bit about my story. I used to fly for Emirates. Although I have a background in corporate finance, stock exchange, I chose this path to go and fly for Emirates. I was so excited. I was very young. I was 26 years old back then. The young mind, the young body, I didn't even realize what's gonna be for me throughout the years, living this lifestyle of being a cabin crew, aircraft stewardess, right? I was just excited to fly, wanting to discover the world. I'm restless. I was so enthusiastic, didn't want to sleep. I felt I don't need to eat, like what? Do I need to have an 8-hour sleep? No. Do I need to eat? No, I can skip breakfast, I can skip lunch. So I did that for about 5 years. And after 5 years, I started having some health issues. So I wouldn't say my health was deteriorating, but still, having digestive issues or not being able to sleep at night or developing adult acne, it was becoming serious for me, especially in aviation. There are very strict rules about your health. They always check your BMI, how you look, how your skin looks like, so it was very important. So slowly I started discovering what it means to be healthy, and I wanted to fix all of these issues. I did contact some doctors, some professionals, but they were not able to help me. So they would just have the quick fixes, they would have medications for me always ready, even without listening to me and what actually is happening to me. So nobody asked me how I eat, how is my lifestyle, how I sleep, how are my relations, how is my family, background and current situation. So nobody will ask you these things because you go in the cabinet of a doctor, you stay 5-10 minutes and that's it. So I had to look into my own health, right? Back then I didn't know what it means to live holistically. I just wanted to fix my issues, right? Thinking I want to be healthy. So slowly I started studying. I'm a nerd. I like to study by myself as much as I can. And later on, I did reach help of an institution to study. Back then it was Cornell University. But my master's in nutrition was from IIN, Institute for Integrative Nutrition. I did already have 3 years background of looking into my health issues before taking this course. In parallel, I had a very big disappointment in my life when my grandmother died. I was very sad and I could not influence her in time with the knowledge I had gathered by that time for her to live better, to eat better, because she was not taking care of her health. And I would call my family and tell them, give them some guidelines of what she should do because she developed diabetes, she developed asthma, she had a few severe conditions, plus blood pressure, So I was already looking into those conditions while I was studying to heal my own condition. And I was just simply sad I didn't manage to reach her in time and influence my mom, which in return could reach her, right? Because I was not, I'm Romanian, so they were living in Romania and I'm in Dubai for some time now. It was hard to have this personal one-to-one to just be daily there and influence her, right? So this was very, very sad for me, and I took a decision back then, this was 6 years ago, not to allow this to happen to anyone in my life, to my friends, my family, and my mom. So everything started also with my mom because she developed a thyroid condition. hyperthyroidism, which is one of the conditions that affects our whole body. Yeah, so if your thyroid is not good, it's not regulated, almost nothing in your body you would say that is working perfectly, right? So again, being healthy, it means to thrive, not just to fix a condition. And having your thyroid not working was so scary for me. She was on medication, she had so many side effects on this medication, weight gain, mood swing, her blood pressure, like she couldn't handle things easily, and the food also, she would be picky on what she eats. So I just begged my mom to listen to me and not to have to leave the same situation like with my grandma. So slowly we put her on protocol, mainly plant-based, even though she was a bit resistant to it, because back home everybody's used to eat dairy and meat all the time, also vegetables, but not focused on that. So slowly, in a couple of years, she was off the medication. So imagine, just this is an amazing outcome. Okay, her health was not perfect, there were other conditions, and because she was taking this medication for hyperthyroidism, she developed other conditions. So mainly we were happy that she's off the medication, she would feel better, she would have a better mindset, we worked on that. And this gave me a huge push to move and do this with more people, right? So this was a success for me. So I started slowly influencing the people in my life, my friends. Back then I was still flying. I would start slowly because already I was feeling better. So I healed myself. I was in a very good place. So proud of myself that I managed to heal all of those conditions, digesting, bloating, even a bit of depression I had because of all what was happening, right? Because everything starts in the gut. All diseases start in the gut. So I was feeling good, powerful, knowledgeable. I started practicing with Chrome board, just doing like, let's say, 5 steps, of them to change their routine, to implement. And people were coming back to me with amazing results and thanking me. And I was just doing it out of passion, out of love. Definitely since then, I just became a huge lover. Went deep into nutrition, like very deep into details that sometimes I was feeling I'm going to become a doctor, I'm going to apply for a med school. That didn't happen, but the master I followed at IIN, Institute for Integrative Nutrition, was a milestone for me because it allowed me to become a certified professional. This trend of health coaches started in US, in New York, and IIN is the only institution now that is being considered by the New York University for them to bring awareness into the universities on health and what health means and what holistic well-being is and what to eat. Because if you think about it, even you when you're primary school, in your high school, and whatever you studied, that was supposed to be the base of our school years, it didn't happen. So nobody's teaching you what to eat, how to eat, what does it match your body, because I used to believe in this bio-individuality, and when I studied with IIN, they were reinforcing this concept of discovering who you are, what works for you, because there's a motto that Joshua Rosenthal, the leader and the founder of IIN, was always mentioning during our course, that food is medicine, right? We say this often, you hear it a lot, food is medicine. But someone else's food is someone else's poison. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this concept, but let me break it down for you. So, for example, I would love to eat avocados, right? Avocados, they're amazing in fat, and they're just like, it is a fruit, right? But we use it in our daily lives, even in salads, even under different shapes. So let's say I love avocado, it's on my meal plan, it's making me healthy, this nutritionist told me it's very healthy. But if I bring it to you when we go through our health history and you're telling me you have an allergy, I can never recommend an avocado to you, right? So this information, this just simple information is very important that you should know because people don't know, they are not aware even their allergies, and especially our body's changing. What was an allergy for you in your 20s might not be in your 30s, So again, bringing me back to my case, I've never had any issue with my body, any allergy, any condition of any type. But after my 30s, I would be intolerant to milk. So way before even starting to look into my health, I cut milk. Not dairy, because I was so much in love with the dairy product, and I would always eat cheese, of course. Most of us were addicted to cheese, and yogurt and sour cream, and I was just loving, and eggs, especially eggs, right? So dairy free means you remove everything from the animal, even eggs, alright? But we're excluding the. So I started noticing that I have this intolerance, and again, later on I was studying, I discovered what does it mean to be intolerant. What is the difference from being sensitive, intolerant, and allergic? So allergic, of course, is severe. You cannot touch anything that has lactose. Your body will react. You become swollen. You have hives and itch and all of that, and it can be actually a life-threatening condition. But anyway, just having this stomach discomfort was telling me so much, and I had to look into my gut. What is in my gut? What is the root cause of me having this intolerance in the first place? So anyway, again, long story short, because there's so many details, and I'm so passionate about this story. But again, bringing it back to holistic well-being, you need to touch all the points. Yeah, so it's not just necessary for you to remove dairy, for example, from your life, because you might have some reactions from the meats that you consume, because it might be a poor quality meat, it might be full of hormones, toxins. You don't know what that animal was fed. So unless you invest in organic food that is more controlled nowadays, or you grow yourself those animals, for you to know what they eat, how they are treated, and what happens to them, you actually don't have control of your nutrition. So again, knowledge is power. I'm a big advocate of that. So whoever tells you anything, even me today, if you get new information, just don't take it as, wow, this lady said this. Go research it. Go ask for another opinion. Test it. Again, I'm a big fan of testing. So one of the great pillars in my holistic approach was for me to move into a plant-based lifestyle. So when I was studying and I wanted to fix all those conditions I mentioned earlier, a plant-based approach was in every single thing that I was reading, right? Whether they advise you to just remove dairy and keep the meat, or whether you want to go keto, paleo, and everything, most of the holistic studies that I was following, they were talking about plant-based. So I was like, okay, what's plant-based? What's the power of plant-based? And then I would write down benefits. When I go into benefits, it was a long list. I go into side effects. Guess what? No side effect. So nobody actually can find himself feeling ill or not nurtured from following a plant-based diet. Yeah. So okay, if you don't know what to bring into your daily life, as in protein, calories, vitamins, and all of this fiber that we need, yes, you might be deficient also as a plant-based. So you need to be educated, or you need to seek guidance. You can speak with your doctor, you can find a nutritionist, or for the last 4 or 5 years, it's so broadcasted everywhere, you have health coaches, And health coaches are meant to bridge the gap between you as a regular client and the doctor, your general practitioner, right? So when you go to your doctor, yes, you get this prescription, you might get this rules to follow, but nobody follows up with you. Nobody is actually asking, is it working on you, this medication? Is it working? This protocol told you don't eat in the morning, eat later, or eat first thing in the morning, or all of this is following up, because you need a checking call all the time. You need to see if it's working, if it's adapted to your condition, because otherwise it might harm you. So I would never recommend someone who's not educated, doesn't have knowledge on nutrition, the basics of nutrition, should not do any major health change in their life. So I was a bit crazy. I went overnight plant-based. So back then, my partner had to leave for work for 7 months. And I knew this is an opportunity for me to be by myself and have complete control of my nutrition. So again, having in mind holistic, right? I was doing already so many things good. I need to introduce a plant-based lifestyle in my life to see what is the outcome. I wanted to try. I said, let me give it a month, because most of the studies were showing on average 1 month is a good trial for you to understand, right? So even me as a health coach, when I work with my clients, when we go into elimination diet, I always recommend 3 weeks to 1 month for us to do a proper trial. I'm not going to go into details for that because it's very, very complex. But yeah, I said let me do 1 month. I had amazing response. I was feeling better in 1 month. I said, okay, let me do another month. And then I did the third one, and then I never went back. So now I'm always 5 years, almost 5 years now, plant-based. I'm thriving. My gut health changed, my digestion, my skin changed, my hair, my nails. You know, I used to fly. When you fly, you're suffering. Your body, you know, goes through so many changes. For you to have very hard, nice, strong nails and hair, not to have hair fall, and have an amazing glowing skin, even without using much makeup, it was wow. And girls will ask me on the flights, what do you use? What do you do? You know? So again, this was for me a huge passion to just pass on the word and bring awareness and the word on how you can make yourself looking better just by simply looking into your nutrition, and not even big changes. So that was an important pillar, never went back. I am, like I said, I'm a plant-based advocate. I do work with clients on transitioning into a plant-based lifestyle, but that's not everything. It doesn't work for everyone. So even though you will come to me and you just want to lose fat, and you've heard keto diet is popular and it's working and it's really fast on losing that fat, yes, we will work on that. We will include it in the elimination diet, but that's not going to be the only thing we will experience, because we need to go through all colors and to all versions to really see if that works for you. Because even if you've heard it from general nutritionists and say that they are more into keto and they are promoting so much keto, they might be like-minded or they might not, but I do promote for you to include everything, right? Before you take such a decision, you need to test your body. You need to get to know your body. So when we talk, like I mentioned before, it's a very interconnected concept, this holistic well-being, because we don't touch only on the physical, how our body looks or this nutrition. We go into mental, we go into emotional, and we go into spiritual. So again, the wheel of life, if you've heard of it, or in IN we call it circle of life. It's like a palette, like the one you choose when you go to paint something, you're doing a workshop, let's say, and you have all the colors, right? Well, all those colors have a signification, they have a meaning. The same like with chakras, so I can have the rainbow, every color means something. So, for example, in my chakra course, I associate what you eat as in colors with the colors of the energy circles, So the same, the circle of life, it's interconnected with this, and you find there everything. You find how your career matters, your home environment, your relations, the food again comes back to food, your mindset, everything that you do is so related. So for example, if you have a very clean diet, you eat very clean. So like me, I used to think I'm healthy because I don't eat fast food. I haven't had fast food in the last 17 years. So the last time was in my 20s. I'm still in my 20s, but plus a few years of experience. So if I don't drink fizzy drinks, no fast food, I eat kind of clean, even though I was eating back then everything, meat and dairy, was trying to find organic food. I was thinking I'm healthy, right? If you're stressed, you cannot thrive, right? Because your body will not assimilate. So again, they tell you are what you eat. I believe that you are what you assimilate. And how do you know what you assimilate? By knowing your body, by testing your gut. So my main specialty is gut healing and hormonal healing. We're not going to touch into hormonal today, but gut, yes, because gut stays at the base of everything, especially when you speak holistically. Why? Because our gut is to be considered our first brain. Again, it's a concept that some of you that you are into wellness, you might know, some of you might not. So the brain, we consider that our brain is our main driver. But actually it's so interconnected to our gut, and all our feelings, actually, they are built in the gut. So our gut, that is here in the digestive system, sends signals to our brain. Again, not going into much details and fancy terms, but we have this nerve that is called vagus nerve. I think everyone should know this title of the vagus nerve now, and you should research it. Just a little research on the internet will tell you so much for you to understand how much your mindset is linked to your gut. Yeah. So again, what we eat affects what we think, and the other way around. So it's like two ways, an axis, right? So this axis, the gut-brain axis, is very important. That's why we interconnect the emotional well-being, the mindset, the spirituality, and the traditional health. Yeah. I would like to touch on spirituality, because spirituality distresses you. If you're not stressed, if you eat clean already, wow, you're here, right? You're above the average person. If you manage to have a meal, a mindful meal, without your laptop, without your phone, without you being on the phone, and sometimes even without talking to people. Again, going back to my grandma, that I used to love and appreciate so much. She used to give me so much hard time when I'm at the table and I talk. She's always telling me, don't talk while you eat, because it's not good, you're bringing air into your gut. I was like, what is she talking about? You know, I'm a child, let me talk, let me laugh, let me be with my friends. No, now, whenever you are really sitting down and eating mindfully, you will understand what she says. Because the difference from eating in a rush, I was listening to something yesterday, it was saying like 70% of Americans, they eat in their car. I was, wow, what do you mean? What do you mean to eat in the car? So imagine in this fast-paced world that we are living in, for us to have our lunch, our breakfast, maybe even all three of them, dinner as well, in a day in a car, in a rush, that's a chaos for our bodies, for our gut. So how do you expect to digest? How do you expect to assimilate all these vitamins that you need to send them to your brain, that they go into your blood vessel and for you to be, you know, well, full of energy and vitality? So that is not possible. That's why we need to incorporate meditation, journaling, you know, morning pages. Again, morning pages for me, they were life-changing, because you just get rid of everything, all of this noise that you have in your mind and all of this overthinking. Once you put them on a paper and then you throw this paper away, or you just never look back at it, it's powerful. It's powerful, gives you power, and just detoxifies your mind, is what I like to say. So yeah, spirituality. Another pillar in my life was yoga. I studied yoga, I have a certificate for yoga, but I do not promote myself as a yoga teacher because I don't practice with others. I did it for myself. It was an amazing journey. It has changed my body, it has changed my mind to such a level that, again, even though I was eating clean, fixed my issues, had a good mindset, I will still need something that was missing. So this yoga was giving me so much support that sometimes I will not be able to have a day without yoga. So that much was like distressing your body, eliminating toxins, eliminating stress, and you sleep better. Like basically your nervous system is so much impacted by just doing yoga. And you don't need to be professional. I did reach to a very skilled level, but again, I did it for myself, not to teach others. Maybe in the future it will happen, but at that moment, no. So yoga, if you incorporate yoga in your life, it's going to be life-changing. Yeah. So if you want to just put some things that you're taking on today as a trial for you to test your body and your mind, yeah, plant-based definitely, mindful eating, meditating, yoga. In general, movement, right? Movement. So there's one tool, one strategy I use in my coaching with clients. It's just walking. Mindful walking, I call it. Without a phone, even though sometimes it's okay to listen to a podcast, listen to your favorite music, not movies definitely, but just walk and think. You know, it's better when you're alone and you just observe what is around you. You know, a new person, just smile, just say hi to someone. Just, you know, you see a dog, maybe you're not a dog lover, but just approach them. Maybe that, you know, little creature will come to you, will give you something, will give you joy. For me, like, I feel joy whenever I play with dogs and with animals. I'm full of joy. So when you walk, simply walking, because so many of us, we are, feeling a bit threatened by this gym and what we see again on social media, perfect bodies, and we need to lift weights and we need to do these exercises perfectly. It's not about that. So whether you walk or you do yoga, 1 hour a day is so life-changing of movement, yeah? and I promote simple walking. Simple walking is the base of everything. If you just incorporate this daily, and some people promote 10,000 steps. Again, it depends on your speed, of your body, of your legs, how big your steps are. You can follow one of these, but it's very important. And yeah, so I have as again a tool of myself that I follow and I created the 7 pillars of holistic well-being, and it's as simple as eating, movement, soothe your body. Yeah, so again, being connected and know what your body needs and de-stress your body. Stress is very important and it should not be part of our lives. We should at least be able to know how to manage it. Your relations, yeah, so connection, release connection. Relations are very important. Again, Mediterranean diet, yeah, is very popular. I used to live in Italy. I used to thrive before going plant-based. That was the best moments of my life when I was living in Sicily, and I was having all those goodness, all those goodies from the Mediterranean diet. Yeah, and fresh olive oil and fresh meat, eggs, and everything was super good. You know, grass-fed, hormone-free. That was a long time ago. That was 15 years ago. But if you have that diet, even though it's very good, beneficial to your body, if you eat it alone, you know, if you have that amazing meal alone, again, your body recognizes that. Your body needs to be soothed through relations as well. So having a mindful meal is good once in a while, not necessarily daily, and you can alternate it with just simply having meals with your friends, or that family meal that you gather your family, you know, and whether you have kids or not, or you just, you know, friends that have family, or simply bring your parents, your partner's parents, or extended family. That's again so rewarding to the body. Spirituality, I could add that spirituality, you can be religious, yeah, so it's not overlapping that, it's not, they're two different things, because sometimes people think, oh, if you're spiritual, you're not religious. No, so that's a very important point. Don't confuse them, follow them both. That's even better when you have a belief in something strongly, and you believe in God or universe or whatever brings you that feeling, you know, of fulfillment. That's very important, but definitely interconnect them. Lastly is the nature, our environment. Yeah, so sometimes we take it for granted. We think the nature is always there and it's just there to sit and we look at it. No. As much as it's a cliche for you to be grounded, maybe you see it on Instagram all the time, different posts, how to get grounded, what does it mean, yeah? So to be grounded means to be connected to your environment, wherever you are in the world, wherever you go, for you to be in nature, to admire nature, to take care of the planet, to take care of the nature. So I don't know if, again, many of you are familiar with this, the fact that you recycle and care for the environment, and you donate sometimes clothes, you declutter your home and you just reuse certain things for someone else. That is part of a holistic well-being, you know. It's very much overlooked because people focus only on the most popular things that they're trending nowadays on our socials. But this is a very huge pillar, yeah. So I would suggest for you to look into this as well. It will improve your mindset. It will improve your self-esteem. You know, when you know you're good to yourself, you're good to the people around you, you're good to the environment. You just feel like full of life. You know, you want to give more and more because you're gonna receive more. Everything you give to the universe comes back to you. Again, I'm a big fan of that, and I'm believing in karma, and whatever you put out there comes back to you. The way you do one thing, you do everything. Again, it's a cliche, but it works. The way you keep your home, even this decluttering that I was mentioning, is related so much to your mindset, to how your body reacts to everything, and just discover what works for you. You know, because for some people, to meditate is just listening to music. To some people, to meditate is just having them be peacefully, right? Or having a walk. Or just talking to their friends. Sometimes you have this good friend that just brings you peace, you know. That's also a way of meditation. So, to wrap it up, in the work I'm doing, I bring all of these things that I mentioned and much more, right? I do like to discover who you are, what works for you, It's never, whenever you choose guidance from someone, it has to be both ways. So I need to decide that I'm good for you, I can offer you my skills, my background, my experience, everything that I did would bring value to your life. And the same, I want to know that I'm working with someone who's committed. So for you to commit to changing your life, that's for me something I would always be in for. So I've helped so many people pro bono, people who didn't afford to access a nutritionist, a health coach, or any kind of plan like that to improve their life. I do help people, and do reach me out on the Wellness Hub if you are one of those who just wants to discover. I'm happy to help, but you need to be committed. Yeah, so everything starts from you. Whatever anyone will tell you, me or some other people you'll hear today, tomorrow, it all starts with you. Yeah, your decision to make a change, and all of these things you're hearing, and the people you see around you sometimes, these coaches and these famous people, that look at them, but what life they have. Don't just be there and watch. Think, how can I bring this to my life? How can I implement all of these things, or at least one of them, and see what effect it has on my life? Yeah, so that's very important. I'm very passionate about what I do. I do collaborate with a lot of big companies that bring, again, awareness to their companies. So corporate wellness is another one. Maybe on a different day we can touch on that, because definitely holistic well-being can be implemented in any situation, in any field, company, personal, anything. We can take from there so much value, and we should look at the whole 12 areas of the circle of life, to touch in every one of them, for us to really say one day, wow, I'm living, I changed my life, I'm living a fulfilled life, because what I'm promoting is not just a diet, it's not just for a month, it's not for a year for you to try it, it's a lifestyle. And by implementing this holistic lifestyle, you will see how you're gonna lose weight, or you're gonna gain weight if that's what you're looking for. You're gonna sort out your digestive issues. You're gonna be de-stressed. Your nervous system is gonna be good. The sleeping issues that you have, that are so common nowadays, they're gonna disappear. And you're just gonna wake up every morning. Wow, it's a new day. Like, I wanna live this day. I wanna make the most of it. Because sometimes we think that we have time, but we don't. So if you want a takeaway from today, suggested by me, is just seize the moment, seize the opportunities, take action, and do something for a better life, for a better you. Thank you so much. So happy to be here at the retreat today. I'm going to enjoy my day, being around and just taking off.